your name and address. Be mindful that you have 3 minutes by which to make your inquiry. Also, you may not receive a particular response to your inquiry this evening. And last but not least, I ask that you address all questions, comments, concerns to the chair. Agenda is now open for citizens' comments. Second call, citizens' comments. Last call, citizens' comments. Hearing and seeing none, moving the agenda forward. Next on the agenda, item 5, board appreciation. Mr. Superintendent.
Good evening, board. Good evening, community and staff members that are here. As you know, this month is Board Appreciation Month, and so we had. I think this happened last year too. Now that I think about it, weather. No? Was it on this day that we had the weather? I think we closed. I think it was the same.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we didn't have school today. We had a couple of student presentations planned for you. We do still have some to go. We started with our culinary arts class that provided your dinner for you tonight, which we appreciate, and as you know how much we appreciate all of you. And it's important that our staff and our students know that nothing happens in this district without you. So we appreciate you, and we wanted to just show that appreciation in multiple ways. I will have, I think, Lou, are you going to step? Lou, Ms. Stass, come on up from our GSRP.
The GSRP students would like to thank you, and we'll be giving you a high five as soon as we get back in session so that we can finish our presentation for you. But we truly appreciate y'all's support. Again, feel free to stop by and give us 7 minutes of your time to read a story. They love when we have guest readers come through. It's a, y'all are special to them when you come and you're able to read with us. So we really appreciate all the support and all that you do behind the scenes that the 4-year-olds aren't aware of, but they see all the things that we do in the classroom, and so they do appreciate that. So I do have one little thing to pass out to you all, but the big one will be coming for the next meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I worked really hard at BJ's. Don't throw it at somebody who might hurt them. That's not peanut M&M's.
I'm not on board, Lou.
Thank you.
They're very, very good. You're a passenger.
Right. Oh, don't forget Dr. McFadden, Lou.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be here.
Sorry. There you go.
Thank you, Ms. Lewnell.
Anybody else, McNeely? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lou.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now up next we'll have Ms. McNeely and Seminole Academy. Just imagine kids with these building leaders in your mind on another cold day.
Yes, sorry, we're just
Yeah.
improvising a little bit. So the staff and the students at Seminole just want to say thank you and for your support, and we appreciate everything that you do and how you support the school and the students. So just a little thank you for all of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lou, you see that? See how Tina didn't get me anything? See how she did me? This is getting better. Thanks, Lou. I appreciate you, Lou. Thank you, Lou, thinking about me.
I gotcha.
I saw, is Kevin still here? I saw one of our students from the high school.
Yeah, I'm up
Kevin, are you ready to go? I think she went to grab Mr. Veal.
Where is everybody else at? We were supposed to
Oh, hold on, because Mr. L went to get Mr. Veal. So
It might be a solo.
yeah, that's all right. He can fly along.
I'll wait till they come back.
Okay. But come on, Kevin. Let's keep it moving. I'll set it up for you. So Kevin is one of our students, senior. You can go on up there. He's very well spoken. He'll do fine by himself, sure too. You want me to come up there with you? Get some support. Kevin was a part of the team that opened up the school store again, and was a part of the rebranding of the school store and the things and gifts that are in front of you. And so they had a whole presentation again, cold weather day. So he's out here, but he's still here, so we appreciate you showing up.
Yeah, I got here a little late, but I still made it here.
Yeah. And he was a part of the gifts that you have in front of you are from the high school or from us. And Kevin, the team is going to talk about their process for creating those things and their experiences with developing the things and partnering with Detroit versus Everybody and their process. So
Thank you.
Speak a little bit to that.
Yeah, so when I first got into the program, I wasn't really like expecting it to be what it was. I got in and I really was forced into it by some of my friends. Like I'm like, I don't want to go into a clothing brand program, like, cause that's not what I do. I'm a musician, so I'm like, why would I go to a clothing brand program? So I came here. I didn't really like it the first day, so then I came back like 2 days in a row. And then we started interacting with each other, and then we started sharing our ideas on the logos, like rebranding the school logo, and really like getting into a new, a new era of learning and educating the students and being interactive with each other, like really socializing with each other. So then I got into the program, and we started, once we shared the brand logos and stuff, we agreed on which ones we were going to, print onto the shirts, hoodies, and hats. And then we came up with RBA, Real Bather Activity, and what was the other one? The MC, yeah, Bather Flavor, and then the MC beanies, like the beanies. I think y'all got some in front of y'all. Yeah. So then we went to the Carhartt factory, like where they start the beanies and stuff. They showed us around like different parts of the city of Michigan, like places where the Detroit versus Everybody program started. Like I wasn't here for that day, like when we went on a field trip to go see the actual factory of the Detroit versus Everybody program. But from what I heard, it was good. Like then once we went to the Carhartt factory, I'm like, I could get into learning like about clothing brands and creating my own business, like because the program basically teaches us how to be our own entrepreneurs, work for ourselves, with learning with that, like as far as like being in my classes and I apologize, I'm really I wasn't prepared. So but like as far as academic wise, the program really helped us like with learning about creating our own business, working for ourselves, getting our LLCs, getting trademarks, getting our stuff branded, and how to produce a large amount of whatever we want to get into. How do we get it out there? How do we sell it? How do we make it noticeable? How do we get the people to tune in? So that's basically that's about it. And I appreciate the board for welcoming that program into our school, because it really helped a lot of us with our ideas as far as like going to college, knowing what we're going to college for, and like we want to go to trade school, and what we want to do, and how will we do it, and how are we going to get ourselves out there. Right. But yeah, I appreciate y'all all for welcoming us into that program, and then welcoming that program into our school. And appreciate you too, Mr. Rowe.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Veal.
All right. Thank you, sir.
We We knew you were in trouble when he said he was a musician and you gave him a mic. Mr. Veal, you got anything you want to
Yeah,
add?
I just wanted to echo his sentiments. I mean, something like that is huge, and that would not have been available to the students. We wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys' blessing, without you believing in Mr. Roper's vision and my own. So I do appreciate that. So thank you.
So yep, your things in front of you are designed by our kids, and that program, just a little bit real quick, that I think that program was a 8-week program, and they came in weekly, met with the students. They talked everything from entrepreneurship, business, how to start the program. It wasn't just about come and make some shirts. It was about, as Kevin shared, the whole process of starting the business, entrepreneurship, the other pieces that go into a business. So what you have in front of you, our kids designed. It is going to be a fundraiser for us as well. These things are sold in our school store. They provide everything. A percentage comes back to us. The kids just will sell it. So Dennis and the team is working on some regular schedule hours. I've already gotten calls about when is the store open? We can buy those things. And so we're just proud of our kids. What you have in front of you is all designed by them, from the cup, shirt, and the beanie. And just a little token of our appreciation. And just to say thank you. And as they said, if it wasn't for you all, that program wouldn't be here. So long term, we look to generate some additional funding, through that, the effort of the school store to go back into programming for the kids. So thank you again, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Yep. Excuse me. Next on the agenda, item 6, the consent agenda. Under the consent agenda this evening, 6A, approval of minutes. 1, the January 8th, 2025 organizational meeting. A2, approval of the December 18th, 2024 regular meeting. Consent agenda item 6D, approval of bills for payment. D1, December bills for payment. Consent agenda item 6C, policy committee. C1, rescind policy 2264, Title IX update, and continue to operate under the 2020 Title IX policy and regulation. The chair would entertain a motion relative to the consent agenda.
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Moved by member D. Walker to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Second by member J. Walker. Any questions, comments, concerns regarding the motion on the floor, the consent agenda? Hearing or seeing none, call the roll, please.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mrs. Walker?
Yes.
Mrs. Cahoon?
Yes.
Ms. Hammond?
Yes.
Dr. McFadden?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Yes,
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
the motion carries. Next on the agenda, item 7, out of the Business Committee, 7A, resolution calling for a bond election vote. Mr. Superintendent.
Good evening again, everyone. As stated, this is the district, myself and the district, we are bringing forward the resolution for you, and we're recommendation that you approve the resolution that is prepared before you. I think Mr. Rickman is going to read over that.
I'm just going to read certain components of the resolution. Whereas the board of the school district determines that it's necessary for the health, safety, and welfare of the school district to propose and issue general obligation, unlimited tax school building and site bonds for the purpose of defraying all or part of the cost of erecting additions to the secondary complex, remodeling, equipping, re-equipping school buildings, including structures and athletic fields, or part of or additions to those facilities, including renovations to restore and revitalize the historical high school building, and to create separate high school and junior high school learning environments with secure entrance vestibules, furnishings or refurnishing new or remodeled school buildings, preparing, developing, and improving sites or parts of sites for school buildings, including structures, athletic fields, and parking lots, and acquiring, installing, and equipping or re-equipping school equipment for technology, the project. And whereas the board of the school district estimate that the funds to fund the cost of the project, it will be necessary for the school district to borrow the sum not to exceed $91,820 and to issue bonds of the school district therefore in one or more series for the purpose of defraying the cost of the project. And whereas the Michigan Department of Treasury, by letter dated January 17th, 2025, authorized preliminary qualifications of the school district's bond issue as described in the school district's application dated December 18th, 2024, in the amount not to exceed $91,820 for the project. And whereas is the intent and purpose of this board of the school district to issue its bonds if authorized by the qualified electors under the appropriate provisions of the Michigan Constitution, in which event tax levies for the payment of the bonds shall be without limitation as rate or amount. And now therefore that it be resolved that the board of the school district shall cause an election to be called to be held on Tuesday, May 6th, 2025, and to submit this ballot proposal to the registered electors of the school district. 2, the superintendent or his or her designee is hereby directed to take all measures to place the above listed ballot propositions on the ballot for said election. The board secretary is directed to give any appropriate notices as required by law for the above listed ballot propositions. All resolutions and part of resolutions insofar that they conflict with the provisions of this resolution will be rescinded. Excuse me. The recommendation of the administration is to authorize and approve the resolution calling for an election on May 6th, 2025 for the purpose of the bond issue not to exceed the amount of $91,820. 20,000. Yeah. Too many zeros.
I move,
Chief, go.
I move to approve the resolution calling the bond election.
Moved by member D. Walker.
Support.
To approve the resolution calling for a bond election vote.
Support.
Second, member Hammond. Any questions, comments, concerns on the motion on the floor? Any questions, comments, concerns on the motion on the floor? Hearing or seeing none, call the roll, please.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Ms. Hammond,
Yes.
Mrs. Cahoon.
Yes.
Dr. McFadden,
Yes.
Mr. Rickman,
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd,
Yes.
Mrs. Walker.
Yes.
The motion carries. Item 8, expulsion hearing. Mr. Superintendent.
Yep, thank you. Again, we have a hearing. Parents are here waiting for us. They requested to go into closed session. And at that time, we will do that. Secondary counsel.
Chair would entertain a motion, excuse me, to go into closed session for the purpose of expulsion hearing. The parents have requested a closed session on this matter. Moved by member Cahoon,
Support.
second by member J. Walker, to go into closed session for the purpose of an expulsion hearing. Any questions, comments, concerns on the motion on the floor? Hearing or seeing none, call the roll, please.
Mrs. Cahoon.
Yes.
Mrs. Walker.
Yes.
Ms. Hammond,
Yes.
Dr. McFadden,
Yes.
Mr. Rickman,
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd.
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes.
The motion carries. The meeting will go into closed session at 6:39 p.m. We will come out of the closed session to make any decisions from from the closed session and continue the agenda. To come out of closed session. Support. Second by member D. Walker. Any questions, concerns, comments on the motion on the floor? Hearing or seeing none, call the roll, please.
Yes.
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 Motion carries. The board is out of closed session at 8:42 p.m. Is there any disposition on agenda item 8, expulsion hearing?
Mr. President,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to move, for the expulsion of student 3244 for 180 days per our board, Mount Clemens board policy 5610.
It's been moved by member Cahoon to expel student number 3244 for 180 days per board policy 5610. Is there a second?
Support.
Second, D. Walker. Any questions, comments, concerns regarding the motion on the floor? Call roll, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Motion carries. Excuse me. Informational items. Item 9 out of the business committee. 9A, financial reports. Are there any questions regarding the financial reports? 9B, grant summaries. Are there any questions regarding the grant summaries? 9C, contract listings. Any questions regarding contract listings?
So the contract listing for Umbrella is coming up on 1/28/25. Is it being renewed?
For who?
I know Jen
Newsella?
left.
No.
It's not being renewed?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Any additional questions, comments regarding the contract listings? Moving the agenda forward, item 10, superintendent's comment.
Good evening again, night, wherever we are at this point. Just a few updates and acknowledgements I wanted to bring to you on behalf of our building leadership. Starting off with Seminole Academy. Some things that Ms. McNeely asked that we highlight and celebrate was that Seminole has conducted their first book fair, which was sponsored by Scripps Howard and Scholastica. All kids receive 5 books of their choice, and the next book fair will be at the end of March. Mobile Dentist has begun bringing those services to our kids to, help them, we know who we service, and sometimes our kids have challenges getting to the dentist. So we bring the Detroit Mercy's dental school comes and provides services to our kids free of charge. So that has begun last week. Over the holiday season, we wanted to just give a special thanks to the Kensington Church. They have partnered with us in addition to gift bags at Thanksgiving. They facilitated approximately 160 gifts for our kids. And also Nicole and Sarah from the Monzo group showed up and filled in the gaps where they were not able to get things to kids, and they donated and brought our kids a lot of resources over the holiday season. So we wanted to acknowledge and appreciate them for their generosity in helping serve our kids. At the secondary campus, a few things we want to highlight. 3 of our students recently won the MLK essay scholarship contest. First place was Rayona Poole. Second place was Elizabeth Miller. Third place was Derek Peterson. And we want to shout out Miss Finn for helping those students with that process. We want to acknowledge Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright is one of our secondary teachers, and Mr. Wright received the 2025 Rise Beyond Horizon Mel Miller Memorial Award from the MISD. And I'll just read you this letter from the MISD. It's on behalf of the MISD. It is a privilege to notify you that Mr. Wright has been selected to receive the 2025 Rise Beyond the Horizon Mel Miller Memorial Award. This award honors a Macomb County K-12 educator for exemplary practices and and encourage mutual respect and understanding, instill an appreciation of diversity, and teach students to act without prejudice. Through demonstrated personal conduct and opportunities you provide your colleagues and students, you are an inspiration to others and truly worth of receiving this award. This award was established in memory of longtime Macomb County educator Mel Miller, who sought to teach students the highest level of personal involvement in the pursuit of equity for others. It is designed to focus on the important role of education in helping students rise beyond the horizon, in vision and in action as they become the future citizens of the world. And Mr. Wright is going to be acknowledged at the MISD. So we appreciate Mr. Wright. He's been here, I can't remember exactly how many years. I want to say 4 years now, and he's doing a great job. So congratulations, Mr. Wright. Well deserved. You've heard or seen about, well, you approved for our broadcasting class. We now have our 24 up-to-date, state-of-the-art. Robbie's behind the camera smiling and excited about our broadcasting class computer lab now, where all kids, for all students in both of those classes now can have a one-on-one working station to start to dive deeper into our broadcasting efforts and our digital creating efforts that they're doing in design and editing and all of those great things. And so our teacher, Robbie, who's there behind the camera, also informed me tonight that we also to finish and complete making sure that those students have all the resources they need with the city, our partnership with the city. There's about $10,000 in PEG funds that has been allocated to finish getting the remainder of resources for our kids. So they got state-of-the-art cameras coming for our kids and all the resources they need to begin to finally get out, video, record, capture, and do what they do for our district. So we're very excited about that, and those things will be delivered here shortly, hopefully sooner than later. But shout out to our teacher, Robbie, there for staying steadfast on making sure those things happen. A few athletic highlights. We hosted our first wrestling meet in over 20 years. We want a special thanks to Coach Traylor and our AD, Mr. Pittman, as well as everyone that made that happen and was a part of volunteering to making that happen. I'll tell you, that was the night of our workshop. It was a great night to go in there. It would just see our kids celebrating our students and our students in the stands. I talked to a few of them and say, "When's the last time you've been to a wrestling match?" And they had never seen that before, but they were there in force and cheering. And so we're really proud of that program being back, and we look forward to reestablishing that history and legacy of what our wrestling program used to be. Shout out to Demetrius Stacker. He won first place in the Garden City Wrestling Tournament at 132 pounds, so celebrate him. And Mr. Pittman has also been working with Miss McNeely over at Seminole to begin developing some athletic opportunities for our elementary kids. So more to come on that, and we'll keep you updated as they move along. I know a couple of you went, and some of our staff members were able to represent us at the Ministerial Alliance breakfast. So we appreciate the Ministerial Alliance always supporting our students in our district. And Interfaith. Okay, Interfaith. But anyway, we support them for. We appreciate them for supporting our students in our district. We want to give a special thanks to Mrs. Hines. Mrs. Hines is our student and staff recruiter. Her and her husband, Mr. Hines, their company, First Plan Services, adopted a family, reached out to me who has 3 kids in our district, 1 not in our district, right before the holiday, going through some tough times. And Mr. Hines and Mrs. Hines and their company reached out and made sure that family had a Christmas. And so there's a family out there that mom has been very thankful, has been calling us and very appreciative of the efforts. And, just to shows the type of people that we have in our district and willing to go over and beyond for our families. It's what makes us a special place. Special shout out to Chef Foster. You heard from him earlier, and our culinary arts students for making a great dinner for tonight. I brought that to them a couple of weeks back, and he was excited about providing the meal for you all and opportunities to showcase what the kids are learning and doing. And you heard it yourself from our student, Jeremy. So thank you. I think it was Jeremy, right? Thanks, Jeremy, for being here, braving the sub-zero temperatures and being the student that showed up tonight. Open enrollment closes this week for our winter open enrollment window closes on the 24th. And our district leaders. We met with our crisis team. We met with Jim Burke from the county to develop our emergency operation plan and get that updated and make sure that we are just being proactive when it comes to emergency operations in those types of situations. Great news, our roof is complete. I think there's some little pieces that they got to clean up, but we've got Jennifer and I received a presentation from what's the roof? Bloom's Roofing, and we were able to go up. I planned on going up actually, but not in this weather. I'm gonna go up and see it for myself. But we did get a walkthrough on a presentation with video and images, and it's awesome up there. So we're really excited about as this community is stressed to me to preserve that building and try to bring that building back to life. That roof securing it from raining inside of it for I don't know how many years has that building been vacant? I don't know, over 10? Too many years. So we're very excited about that. And as I shared with you, we got some plans that I don't want to speak too fast, but hopefully some exciting things to happen in that side of the building this year to come. I'll keep you updated. And I want to welcome our 2 new board members, right? To the first new board member, Mr. Shepard and I was going to say Miss Rashida, Miss Hammond, Miss Rashida. I was going to say Mr. Shepard and Miss Rashida, Miss Hammond, and welcome aboard. Glad you're here, and I'm very excited about our future together, and look forward to the great things that we're going to continue to do for our district. And last but not least, it's official now. This has happened like for the last. It's been slow, grueling process for probably the last 6 months, but it is official that Mr. Lavender's last board meeting tonight. And we just wanted to tell you thank you for not just your time working selfishly, you know how I feel, but just your service in education, right? 25 years, I think, if not more, giving back in public education, and we just appreciate everything you've done. And I know you got kids all around the world. We've talked about that, that you have impacted. But I personally wanted just to say, I thank you and appreciate the time we have spent together. We've been through some wars, walked in the door together, when I got here, right into some wars. And he's been nothing but a solid partner right there by my side. So we hate to see him go, but happy for his new journey. And he won't be far away. So after, I think it's a 30-day period, he can't be contacted. Day 31, I will be contacting him and harassing him. So if you hear the rumors, it's true. I called his house and hung up on him and things like that. But thank you. Thank you for everything you've done and being a great partner for me and for this district. There's a lot of programming from HVAC and things that David has really spearheaded and made happen. And we got to make sure we keep the ball rolling in some of those areas, and I'm sure we will. And so thank you for all you've done for this community. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent. Yep. Moving along the agenda, item 11, board comments. Ms. Hammond.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm honored to be here with you. I enjoyed the discussion we had today, and I value everyone's input, and I just see great things continue to happen here with the school board. Congratulations to everyone for all their achievements. I enjoyed the dinner. Thank you to the school district. And you will be missed, Mr. Lavender. So that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you. Ms. Walker.
Congratulations again to the MLK essay winners. To our first wrestling meet, that's exciting, and I'm not a wrestling fan, but that's pretty exciting. Thank you for the wonderful gifts for board appreciation, and to Chef Foster and Jeremiah for the wonderful dinner. That was lovely. And Mr. Lavender, you will be greatly missed. You've done a lot of great things for this district, and we appreciate everything you've done for us and for our kids. But you're only down the street from me, so I'll see you around. Those are my comments.
Thank you, Ms. Walker. Mr. Walker.
Thank you. I would like to thank our administration for the gifts for board appreciation. Great seeing gifts and wonderful colors on the gifts here. Also, Mr. Lavender, it's been great being on this board as a new member. learning a lot in HR and curriculum, and really being on this journey to learning more and the insight that you have given me as a board member. It will be greatly missed, but I know I will see you around in the city, of course. Maybe at Black Cat or Clemens to grab me a few snacks. Also, congratulations also to Don Redding and D'Anthony Pickett for their in memory of Don Juan Williams scholarship award at the MLK breakfast on Monday that I got to attend, as well as Ms. Hammond and at administration. Thank you to Tommy Barnes for spearheading that. And also, just thank you to all the staff with all the work that you guys do day in and day out. It doesn't go unnoticed with the small district that we have and everyone doing multiple jobs and keeping our head high. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Walton. Ms. Gahoon.
So I just would like to say thank you to all the students, all the faculty, all the administration, all the staff, everyone for all the gifts. These are wonderful. Just so generous of y'all to do that. And also on that note, I would like to just applaud you continually for the effort that you guys put in, day out, every single day. I know there are tough times, you know, when we go to the board for expulsions. Those are really tough times for us as a board member, and I know for you guys as staff. But you guys are doing an amazing job trying to change the culture, and it's working. It is working. We just have to go through these tough little, times to get through to the other side of this, and we're almost there. So I'm so happy that these computers are here now for the broadcasting. It's gonna be huge. It's adding that with the store now. It's gonna take off. The branding for Mount Clemens is gonna take off huge now with all of that. And then going on to the store and having, I forget what his name was, but Kevin. And when he was talking about it, you could just see how it changed for him. And I wish I could see all the kids that were involved with that, because what that's doing to their confidence, to their future, is going to be impactful the rest of their lives. I keep saying learning to be an entrepreneur is something that every kid should learn how to do. And they should be empowered to do that in school, because it will take you forward in a job or in a business. So I applaud you for getting that going again. And I applaud the kids for being so engaged with it. I'm so happy to see it. And then I'm looking forward to the bond now, the marketing piece on that, talking to the community. I'm encouraging other board members, get out there and talk, right? We should be doing all of those things to encourage the community to understand what the bond is and how it's going to be very helpful for our community. And then, Mr. Lavender, enjoy it. You deserve it. And lastly, welcome Paul. Welcome Rashid.
Thank you.
Very happy to have you here. Looking forward to our board retreat, whenever that may be, so that we can really kind of learn to get to know each other. I go to church with Paul, so I kind of know him a little bit. But I'm really looking forward to connecting with everybody and really trying to learn who they are, so that way we can work together as a board. And those are my comments.
Thank you, Ms. Gahoon. Mr. Shepherd.
First, I want to thank the people who voted. I came in 3rd out of 5th. It's kind of bittersweet. I'd rather, to be honest, be like 5th out of 11th. That just shows that there are a lot of people willing to do this, and a lot of people who, want to represent the community and make sure that their voices are heard. So hopefully in another 4 years, there will be more people running, and we can continue on this momentum that you're building. I know it's a lot harder to start building momentum than it is to continue it, and I feel like I'm coming on after the work's already started. Not that all the hard work's finished, but the harder work has already been done. Hopefully we can start to reap the benefits of that, more importantly our students. Speaking of which, the student store was something when I went to this school back in 1992 and beyond, and before that, it's just something you took for granted. And then when we're looking at this bond, the wording about health, safety, and welfare of the school district, that's something that I hope one day all our kids can take for granted too. That this community is supporting these students and more than just donations, which I know this community is very generous in that area. But this is asking for an investment. And I really hope that the community is willing to step up to the plate and make an investment. And it's going to pay off in terms of property value, but more importantly, with the kids. So that's just something that I'm really, really looking forward to. And one thing, our neighboring district went out for a bond twice in the past year. One thing that they were bragging about was that they only asked for one, or they only had passed one bond since 2005. They couldn't say that that was the least because Mount Clemens has had 0 since 2005. So, again, this isn't something that we go out to the community year after year. Please, sir, give me more. I'm really hoping that this community again can step up to the plate, take things in perspective, and realize that it's an investment again. So those are my comments, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. McFadden.
Thank you, sir. A couple of things. Glad to see wrestling is finally back. Remember when I first ran for this board, I was teaching or coaching a youth wrestling club, and we didn't have a wrestling program. And I fought for years. And I guess that fell on deaf ears. But I guess we had to get the right person in charge here. So I appreciate that program has came back to life. It was never dead. It just needs an AED. Mr. Lavender, and you and I always have a lot of talks and bump things back and forth off the wall. I really appreciate you, and I'm gonna miss you. And I wish you the best in everything you do. A lot of my colleagues on this board know that I strive for perfection. I strive to be a very effective board member. I believe in training. I believe in doing what is best for this board, and I believe I will be ineffective if I don't do what I'm about to do now. Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion. I'd like to make a motion to rescind my vote to the start time of the board. And if I get a second, I'll explain why.
Well, first of all, you cannot rescind your vote.
Okay?
You have to rescind the whole action.
Hot dog.
And the action,
Hot dog.
So you have to tell me, what you're trying to rescind, and I can.
I will. I'm gonna say hot dog with ketchup and mustard on it. So, Mr. President, I move to rescind the action of resolution of the board time, and I don't remember the wording, that the start time was from 6 to 6:30 or whatever. So, whatever that resolution was, I move to rescind that.
Second.
So you're moving to rescind the action of the meeting time at 6 o'clock.
Roger that.
I second.
Second.
Okay, let me put my notes.
I could.
No.
I'm just complicated though.
No, because
Yes, you are. It's just changing the time.
it's been moved by Member McFadden to rescind the resolution to have the board meeting start time at 6 o'clock. And it was seconded by Mr. Shepherd. Dr. McFadden.
Well,
Comments?
my comment on that is, out of haste, I went with 6 o'clock to make sure that thing goes smooth for everybody else. But I see my last patient at 6 o'clock, and there's no way I can be here before 6 o'clock, and I'm doing pretty good getting here by 6:30. So that motion I made, the support of that motion, I need to change that time.
You seconded it.
I know I seconded it. I think even made the motion, matter of fact.
No, you didn't. No, you did.
Sometimes I like to shoot myself in the foot to see how bad it hurts.
You're not gonna have no feet.
So we got to move and rescind the vote or the motion, and then I got to make a motion for the time.
Correct.
So
So, any other discussion on the motion on the floor? Well, I voted against the amendment to change the time to 6 o'clock, and then I voted against the main motion as amended to have 6 o'clock because 6 o'clock is real tough. Almost zero chance for me to get here at 6 o'clock. That's why I voted against, the amendment and the main motion as amended because I know for a fact that I can't get here at 6 o'clock. So,
Just a lot of
Oh.
noise.
so that's why I'm in support of the motion. Any additional questions, comments, concerns on the motion on the floor? The motion on the floor is to rescind the resolution having the board meeting at the regular board meeting at 6 o'clock. No additional questions, comments, concerns? Call the roll, please.
Dr. McFadden,
yes,
Mr. Shepherd,
Yes.
Mrs. Cahoon. No. Ms. Hammond,
No.
Mr. Rickman,
Yes?
Mr. Walker,
No.
Mrs. Walker.
No.
motion failed.
Motion fails.
All right. Well, I'll still be an effective board member, and as I said before, I'll do my best to get here on time. But when I get here, I'll get here. So, nonetheless, now let me go on to the other topic. I believe in a strong community with strong living conditions. I believe in strong public housing. I believe in strong city services. And I believe in a strong community school district. So this bond that's moving forward is going to encompass all three of those things. I think it's going to provide the services we need for the students in our district, the ones that are homeless, the ones that are not, the ones that live here, the ones that do not live here. I believe it will also give a bright eye to our city. Our city do need a brighter eye, especially when it comes to the school district. Shine on to the city and make it look better. I believe it'll be a great collaboration with the city, the school district, and everything other services around here for this district to do better. And as Mr. Shepherd stated before, it's been a long time since we've been out for a bond. We've done well with the funds that came into this district. We got us back on track. And I believe the funding we're going to bring to this district now is going to do exactly that, is bring us back to where we need to be. So that's my comments on that. And I'm done, Mr. President.
Thank you, Dr. McFadden. Before I start my comments, I would like to announce the committees. The policy committee will be chaired by Member Walker, Member D. Walker. On the policy committee will be Member D. Walker, Mr. Shepherd, and Ms. Hammond. The Finance and Business Committee, I've asked Ms. Cahoon to chair. On that committee will be Ms. Cahoon, Ms. J. Walker, and Dr. McFadden. For the Personnel and Curriculum Committee, I've asked Dr. McFadden to serve as the chair. On that committee will be Dr. McFadden, Ms. Hammond, and Mr. D. Walker. On the Athletic Extra-Curricular Ad Hoc Committee, I will chair that committee, Dr. McFadden and Mr. Shepherd. So those are the committees for this year.
I have an inquiry.
Yes, sir.
Just a question for the athletic committee. I don't know if there's no female representation. I don't know if you thought about that or not. Just an inquiry, board president.
What committee was that?
Athletics.
The athletic extracurricular activity. I'll take that.
Just a thought.
Sir. Yes, sir. All right. I would like to start off by saying thank yous to the staff and students at the GSRP program, Seminole, and the secondary complex for all the gifts that you see in front of us. Kudos to the students that designed the wear that we got out of the student store. Excuse me. Great to see that up and running. That we have a long history with the students store. Matter of fact, we used to have a building in downtown Mount Clemens on Macomb Street. They sold CDs, tapes, books, and school paraphernalia, and all types of things. So having a school store it has a long history here in the school district, and it's good to see it coming back up and running. Thank you to Mr. Lavender for coming into the district at a time where you stepped in and you filled in many gaps that were missing in the district that were drastically and direly needed, and you stepped in and filled those gaps very professionally. Long hours, long discussions. Probably went home with a lot of headaches, but you stuck with us and gave us your best, and we're better for that. And again, I say thank you to you and happy retirement. And I know you're not going to be somebody who sits around and gains weight by doing nothing. You'll gain weight by going to your bakeries and all this stuff, not from just sitting around and doing nothing. So thank you for everything you've done for the students and staff in the Mount Clemens Community School District as a whole. Just have one question, and you can get what platforms are our recordings being broadcast on? Because we used to be on YouTube, and you can go see all the dates. And there's some dates. There's something that's missing. There's some broadcasts that are missing. So I'd like to know what platforms they're going to be broadcast on. Yeah, these meetings. Yeah. Tonight we finally passed the resolution establishing a date for the upcoming election for the bond initiative. Now we've been working on this since probably last June or July. Well, we started working on it day 1, day 2 when Mr. Lavender came in. So it's been over a year. Excuse me. I'm seeing
The tall ball.
Yeah, the tall ball guy. And this whole process encompassed many meetings. We invited the community and engaged the community for their input, for their suggestions, for their ideas, because we didn't have a plan sitting on the shelf, and we just did this as a process to give the feeling that the community was actively involved. But the community was actively involved in this process. Everything you said at meetings, the surveys that were filled out, Mr. Roper and his staff looked at all that information. They compiled it. That information was given to Partners in Architect and then the Plant Moran, and we came up with this bond initiative, and $91 million. People are gonna look at that and go sticker shock. $91 million. But Mr. Shepard mentioned it, and I talked about it in the resolution, for the safety, health, and welfare of our buildings, our students and staff, and those that utilize our buildings. It's the best thing for them. This building that we're sitting currently in was built in the 60s. The high school, the old building was built, they opened it in 1924. We've done all the Band-Aids and coddling and kid gloves to all our systems to try to get them, limp them through to continue educating kids. But for us to be successful, to provide the quality and caliber of programs that our students need, we need new facilities, and we're coming to the community asking for their support for the betterment of the school district. $91 million sounds like a lot of money, but that money will be put to good use. And there's one good caveat that I can say about this. We are reducing the meals by 1 meal. Currently, our meals, was it 10 or 12%? It's 11. But if we pass this bond on May 6th, the meals will drop from 11 meals to 10 meals. Generally, when you go for a bond initiative, people are increasing the meals. Well, we found a way that we can. We're asking for the $91 million and reduce the tax burden on the taxpayers by reducing it by 1 meal. So it's an investment in the future. Strong communities should have strong schools, and strong schools should be part of a strong community. They work hand in hand. We're dealing with the same population, so we should be in step with each other. Let's see what else. I think that's it. And those are my comments.
Move to adjourn.
Support.
Moved by Dr. McFadden, second by Ms. Hammond. Call the roll, please.
Yes.
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 Motion carried. Meeting is adjourned at 9:18 in the PM. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.